Gonna be interesting to see what happened at the docks, though. I don't see rest anywhere. Very much don't like that. Alright. I'm gonna do rook. Yes, please. We'll do one break and then one of these as well. Sure, let's do it. Wonderful. Not so wonderful, actually, but spend our one on one supply. No. Man. This morning, says Ivor, I saw him. Bellower's here. I think it won't be long now. Ivan leans silently on his staff nearby. One of your clansmen comes to you out of breath. Rook, he says, things are real bad. Looks like there's nothing you can do at this point, but a lot of the caravan have been robbed, killed, just disappeared. Those of us left are gonna split up and hide where we can. Wanted you to know, in case we somehow pull through this. He runs off, clearly distressed. You grimace, wondering if this could have played out another way. You consider what you want to do now, knowing that any of these tasks will likely find a full day's. Let's investigate the riots. When you get down to the docks, it's pandemonium. Few work on the ships now as the ravens stand over bodies of people while a huge crowd roars in anger. Bolverk's axes are covered in blood. What happened? You shout, pushing your way through the rioters. What'd you think would happen? Responds Bolverk coolly. Didn't take them long to figure out we were building ships right under their noses, and they can't have one. You gonna lend a hand or just stand around? Fight alongside the roof? Get up on a roof and fire arrows into the crowds? Try to calm people down? Yeah. You brandish your axe low and try to find voice over the chaos. It goes wrong quickly when one of the riders gets a quick jab in, smashing across the bridge of the nose, covering your face in blood. The last thing you remember is falling backwards. By the time you regain consciousness, the riot is finally being driven off. Won't save you next time, you hear Bolverk say. This one's free. You stagger back to the wall with a new injury. I'm actually injured. No. Moral of this game: don't try to do the right thing. Ivor, you begin. Can we really keep this up? Ivor looks like he hasn't slept for days. We've lost a lot of fighters, he mumbles. The weight of the situation is crushing. Then, from far in the distance, you hear a horn. Dredge don't use horns, it occurs to you. Ivan appears at your side just as long caravan of people come into view, Dredge turning to attack them. Who is that, you ask? Can't be, says Ivan. He runs toward the gate shouting. You see their banner? It's Hakken. As you wonder how they got here, the gates are heaved open and you charge onto the field, clearing a path through the dredge. Alrighty, well, let's get to it. Alright. Sure, we got some. Oh, not as bad this time, actually. Shouldn't be quite as difficult as a fight, I hope, but we will see. Things are not always as they appear. Alright, let's do it. Oh, we're charging out and taking care of them immediately. No waiting around this time. Dang, look at all these dead people over here. Oh. Dang. That's crazy. Alright. Oh, he wasn't supposed to kill him, but that's okay. Try to protect that guy a little bit. At least there's not all those stupid throwing guys. That helps a lot. I need to use her ability more. Oh, look at that. I could have messed all of them up. Oh. At least 5. Well, I guess I could check it this way. Cool. That helps already. Sometimes it takes down their shield too, but nice. Can't use it yet though. Dang, that guy went far. Oh sh. Oh shoot. Well, I suck. I thought it would stop if I only did 2 stars. So bad at this. It'll spread to him. I really don't like that you can't change the freaking camera angle. Makes it so hard to see like over here. But dealing with it. Oh my. I have no willpower. Cool. Yeah. That's fine. Right. One injury, not too bad. Hogan sharing the glory. +9 right now. All right. Juno. She smiles and they embrace. Ivan is completely taken aback, as though he doesn't dare believe she's real. Hakon becomes quiet, then he motions towards Juno. Hakon's caravan enters the city, fighting off waves of dredge as they go. To your relief, hundreds of skilled warriors are now safely in Bosgard. Hakon joins you on the wall with his personal bodyguard Mager. Behind him, the Prince Ludin stands alone, looking miserable. I have one last trip to make. I need this one to come with me, she says, pointing to you. I'm sorry, Ivan. You must wait for me one last time. Do not let the city fall before I return. It takes everything within Ivan's power to hold back, but he does. She turns to you. Rook, come with me. We'll return in 2 days, maybe less if you're as quick as you look. Tell anyone who needs to know. I'm not going anywhere. We'll be slaughtered. Where? Why? I guess where? Not far, says Juno. She pauses and something shifts in your vision for just a moment. I know it's hard, she says, her voice filling your head. And you've already been through a lot. As she speaks again, the rest of the world melts away. But you're needed. Can't find the words to argue. Interesting. Why are we surrounded by dredge? Why did you pick me? Get what we need and go. Juno gets a faraway look in her eyes. She looks knowingly at the godstone, waiting for you to start climbing. Wonderful. This is gonna go really well. I can already tell from past. Approaching the back of the stone, you start to climb, looking for a loose piece of a silver vein. Even without looking out onto the dredge, you can feel each sinister face watching you closely, held back only by Juno's influence. Panic races through your blood. Try to quickly wrench out the nearest chunk, climb higher where it may be easier to remove, go back and tell Juno you can't do it. Climb higher. As you climb, you can't help but notice the stony mass of dredge lined up before the godstone like worshippers before an idol. Just a glimpse nearly immobilizes you. Your hand rests on a piece of silver that comes away easily. The dredge do not react. Don't press your luck, head back down. You nimbly descend to where Juno is waiting. Well done, she says. As you walk back through the dredge, their heads turn in unison to follow. The dredge that linger and the shaking in your hands does not subside for hours. Actually didn't go horrible. For once. You approach the gates of Borsgard again, relieved that they're still standing. It looks like they took a beating while you were gone. Alea rushes to your side and throws her arms around you once you've crept through the gates. Juno smiles at the reunion and tells you, take this time with your daughter. Find a smith who can fashion an arrow from that silver. I have other things to which I must attend, but meet me on the walls when you are done. Alright, let's check out my heroes. Dang, I have so many now. I don't even know who I want to use. We'll go ahead and wait a little while. We're promoting and stuff. Let's check them. I have supplies. I'm pretty good. Let's do it. Let's go to the crafters. It takes a while, but you finally find someone willing to craft an arrow for you. He eyes you suspiciously when you show him the silver, but shakes his head and gets started. Alette watches, the smith's fire reflecting in her distant stare. Certainly seems that way. It was hard to tell. Maybe too powerful. It certainly seems that way. What? That is not an option. I'll think about it. Say what? I know you can do it. Take the arrow. I'm gonna let her do it. She smiles and takes your hand in hers. You sit by her side silently until the smith finishes his work. Alright, here it goes. Juno is in the middle of an animated debate as you approach, the arrow in your hand. Juno shows them the arrow you had forged from the godstone silver. She looks you in the eyes. In the